Nice, you got a few people here already. I'm still trying to figure this out. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. I think everybody's muted or something. I'll have to figure this out. Hey, Sparks, will you turn your microphone on? I want to see if I can hear you.
Yeah, it's on.
All right, there we go. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure I had this damn thing working right.
I figured it out this time.
Yeah, it's a nonstop. I wanted to start, just turn it on early so people get on and give people a chance to fiddle around if you got to mess with it. I know a bunch of people are like me, don't do this on a regular basis. It's actually pretty nice though.
Couple more brackets and it's going on. It'll be done this weekend.
Yeah, I like it. I tell you what, I love mine. And last year when I crashed, that thing held up mint. It was still on the bike. There wasn't even any dust inside of it, nothing. It was like brand new. And the things inside of it got smashed from shaking it around so much, but it held up nice.
Yeah, and it'll definitely give me more room.
Yeah, I got a stack. You can see it. And if you look on my screen, I got a stack of them. I have about everything they make. I use them for hunting. I love them because if I go on a long trip, I use, a combination. If I go on just a quick trip, I use something small.
Yeah.
And when I stay at those sketchy ass hotels in Shitville, nobody's breaking into my bike because I just take them off and I got them with me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm on one of those Milwaukee, the pack out groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. Like one guy has a whole wall of just pack out stuff just hanging off of it. And
They're nice. They're more waterproof than any box I could find for like stuff I want to use for hunting. So I like it because I can use it for everything, man. I have the hookups. Packout was the smartest one. They made the base plate. So when they have a base plate, you can swap them. I used to use DeWalt, but I had the base one mounted to the bike, and then it was a pain. If I want to take it in the hotel, I had to take the whole the whole rack off of it. So kind of
it's like the Craftsman one I had for the last Hoka hay. It was hard mounted.
Yeah, that's what I had too, and that's what I did in 2020, and I didn't like it. So when Packout came out with that, I thought that was way better. There we go. I had a drink here somewhere. I don't know what the hell I did with it.
Right? Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing?
Oh, good.
Good.
I was talking a minute ago. Yeah, I figured out how to turn the mic on. So
yeah, exactly.
Sitting here at work still.
I didn't know if I had everybody muted. I don't know how it works. So, my wife, she's on these calls all the time. She's got it so down, but she just got home from a trip. She just walked in the door 5 minutes ago, so I wasn't going to bother her.
I did one Zoom call like 2 years ago, so I still had Zoom on the phone. So
yeah, I had to update mine. I was going to use my laptop, but then I was updating and I go through all the updates. Then I had to restart the computer. The whole thing takes like 15 minutes to get it all done. And then after I'm all done with it, I decide the laptop's not going to work and I go back to my desktop. So I was laughing, like, got that ready for nothing.
What's going on, Ryan?
How was everybody? Dylan, you're kind of quiet. You're kind of quiet over there. I was waiting for you to stand up. I want to see if you're into into a large yet. There you go. I tell you, I don't even know. I didn't even know this, but you can't, the Zoom, I didn't even think about it, but all of a sudden I'm like, we're gonna have, almost 200 people. And I was like, I don't even know how many people you can have on a Zoom call. So when I looked at my account, you can't have 200 people. You can have 100. So I thought, well, I was going to do it in two things. And then I go to upgrade my account, and then it makes you buy 10 licenses. I was like, I need 10 licenses. I don't have 10 people. I need one meeting. So it was like, I had to go and figure out that you can do it for you can buy it for a month. So you can have big meetings or a big meeting or whatever. But I'm like,
maybe.
It's weird.
Hey, before the meeting gets started, I'll let you know I'm doing a turbo ride this weekend.
Yeah.
Going to Turbo's himself.
Oh, right on.
I turned it into a work trip, so I'm able to go to a customer in Tijuana, and then my boss is going to meet me in Lindsay, California, in Fresno. So I've got the company paying for my trip.
God, what a sweet deal is that? And I need a job where I have a customer in Tijuana. That's where I want. That's where I want to go and conduct business. Tijuana.
Sunday night in Chula Vista. I don't want to stay in a hotel in Tijuana and leave my bike parked outside in Tijuana. So I'm going to stay on this side of the border and then go to the meeting Monday morning.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that stuff parked in places because it won't be there. It's like taking your bike to Europe. You take it to Amsterdam, and you do that because you don't want to ship it home because it won't be there.
Yeah.
Very long.
I was wondering how you guys were doing the logistics on that.
Yeah, we're gonna ship our bikes over to Liverpool, and then we're gonna take a ferry across Ireland, get used to riding on the wrong side of the road, and then when we ship them back home, they'll go out of Liverpool again. So it's pretty fortunate
process.
It's not that bad because we both live in port cities. So, if you can get your bike to New York City or Houston, then it's much easier. It's if you ship it from these random places, especially if you go from like California where you got to go around, to get to Europe, it's a pain in the ass. And you can usually schedule getting them there, but getting them home that takes a long time. Sometimes it's months before you get them home.
To me from North Carolina, it took 5 weeks to get that. So
yeah, it's much easier if you have enough people going that you can do a whole container.
Yeah,
if you fill a container, then it's a lot easier. But so I'm gonna wing it. I've been looking for pricing right now, trying to get that taken care of. So it's not going to be easy, but I didn't want to rent a bike. Originally, we were going to rent a bike, but I thought I'm going to get killed on a bike over there, and you're relying on muscle memory and now you're all exhausted and tired and, you on the wrong side of the road. I was like, yeah, no, thanks. I want my bike that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, makes sense.
Plus, if I get whacked on a bike, I don't want to be on some metric bike and everybody's gonna laugh at me for eternity. So at least if I'm on my own bike, I can go with a little pride.
Yeah, I was gonna go. There's a printing trade show every 4 years in Germany, and Steve, my boss, and I were gonna go a couple of years. I think it was 2020. We were gonna do that one, and one of our huge customers here in Yakima, they have a plant in Ireland. And we were going to go to the plant in Ireland on our way to Germany, or kind of do a stopover there. And with COVID, that whole plan went out the window. But I looked at renting a bike in Dublin and going around Ireland a little bit, and $300 a day or something like that.
Yeah, it was hard. It's hard to find Harley rentals there now. They have some other bikes that they rent, but you know, like adventure style bikes. But they don't have, it was hard to get the Harleys, especially baggers.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. You know, looked at it and I think we can get them shipped, you know, for around $2,500. So
Wow.
it wasn't it's not terrible. Somebody's camera's got a flashing thing. Anybody else see that?
I
Hi,
can
y'all.
Oh, see, we got a few people coming. I don't even know how this screen is gonna work. It keeps adding on, but there's no way it's gonna have 200 people. So
I can only see like 5 at a time.
so far,
You plus like 5.
yeah, so far I can see, I don't know, must be 25 so far.
Wow. So now I can see 6.
21
don't-
people.
Yeah, is it 21? Somebody's better at this than I am. I don't even know. Oh, there it is right there, participants.
Yeah, at the very bottom says participants 21. When the screen gets full, you'll start seeing pages. So you'll see like page 1 of 2 or 1 of 3 as people come in.
Okay.
Yeah, I got mine on my iPad and I got to scroll to see the people, but yeah.
Hey, Fran. It's cool and all, but you can't name, you served me for this is whole world.
It doesn't
You can name.
yeah, they're coming on here fast now. We're still like way early. I don't have a watch on, but isn't it? It's still way early.
Quarter.
Quarter till.
Oh yeah. Can you hear me all right on this thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Probably.
Yeah, loud and clear.
It's a fairly new computer. I just don't use it for this kind of stuff ever. So usually when I do my videos here, I do it behind me, but I use a different computer or my phone. So I hardly ever do this, but they got some cool stuff because I was looking at let's see. To put a background behind me, I was playing with this. Like here's the flyer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the flyer for this event. I got finished up finally, so I wanted to show you guys tonight before we turn it loose on the world. No, I don't know how I did that, but there we go.
Virtual background.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of stuff. So
You're going to make that printable for us?
yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that out to everybody. So I'll email it to all you guys. So we'll email it and there'll be a picture of it, a JPEG file. So whatever works best for everybody. I made it on Adobe on Illustrator, so it's not, you know, I can change it, save it to any format we need.
Unmuted.
We're making great progress.
Hey, Frank, you still hitting the road tomorrow for California?
I'm leaving Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
I was just telling Riot that I've worked it out to it's a work trip also now. So
I know. I heard that part. That was way cool.
yeah. Yes. So I won't get back here now until Wednesday.
Okay. Back in the late 70s, we used to go down to Tijuana when I was stationed out March Air Force Base in Riverside.
Oh yeah. I've been to, it's been a long time ago though. There's a long story. We meet in person. I can maybe tell you that story. Way too long. Particular.
Yeah, I've never been to Tijuana.
It involves the immigration legalization service though. And my now wife.
Frank and I were trying to figure out how to end up at Turbo's place at the same time, but we just couldn't get it together. So we're going to end up there a week apart.
That's all right. Makes for a couple of visits for Turbo, so that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Oh, That is gonna be cool.
I got the bag full of Hot Wheels to take him.
Yeah, that's
Get
cool.
out of- I have my collection.
You what?
You got like a little delay, Frank, when you talk, it like takes a second to come through.
Oh, probably my phone.
You might have to update your iPhone 3.
And
That was wrong.
it wasn't still working. I put it on my computer, but I'm working as I'm talking.
I'm just sitting in the garage.
Yeah, well, you have your garage set up a little different than most people have their garage set up. So
This is true.
I don't even have a decent garage for working, but I do have a sunroom that we really have, we haven't done much in it forever. So I turned my sunroom into a motorcycle room. So we've lived in this house for like 17 years, and I just now figured out I can take the doors apart, take the aluminum sliding doors, unbolt them, take it apart, and I got like a 6-foot wide thing. I put a ramp up and drove a motorcycle right in there, and I thought, man, I wonder if I get 2 in here. So right now I have 3 motorcycles and a treadmill in there. It's got 2
I
big.
saw that picture
It's got
where
2
you're
big
looking out
double
past the
doors. That,
motorcycles.
2 big double doors that open up to our living room. So I've got the motorcycles in there and just watching TV. I open up the double doors, and it looks kind of funny, just a pile of motorcycles out there. But I got an old shovel I want to rebuild. So gotta get working on that and be a YouTube mechanic for a while.
I think my garage would be considered 4-car garage, and I can't get a car. And I got the pool table, 3 motorcycles, the wheelies in the corner, and all the tools and all my other stuff that's accumulated.
I've been married 30 years, just about 30 years now, and we used to live in Minnesota, which is obviously known for the harsh climate. In 30 years of marriage, I think Amy's parked her car in a garage maybe 1/2 of one winter. And that was it. Other than that, it's been outside. Like every time I think there's room for a car, a toy takes precedence and takes a spot in the garage, and outside her car goes.
It happens.
Yep, that it does. That it does. I tell you what, I'm glad. One thing about COVID, it made it nice for like this kind of stuff, because this Zoom, they got this shit dialed in now.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
I have no idea how to use it.
I don't either, but the company does. They got all kinds of options. I was kind of playing around with it, trying to figure some stuff out. But it's actually pretty nice. So you can talk to people from literally around the world, and pretty quick.
This is our first time and we're totally crushing it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, I'm pretty proud that I keep seeing all these people I forget how many riders we have, 180 or something like that, 185, whatever it is. So I thought if we could get 20% figuring this out for the first time, we'd be pretty good. So we're killing it. There's 40 people on already.
I think this is my 10th Zoom meeting of the day.
Who said that?
Okay.
Your 10th of the day?
Yeah.
Holy cow. This is my 10th of my entire life, and 3 were on active.
Thursdays, I'm just back-to-back meetings.
Man, that's crazy. What do you do that you're on meetings all the time?
IT.
Yeah, well,
Who is that talking, right?
that was Jason that was talking.
Oh, okay, because I can't. Oh, okay, his camera's a little high, so I can only see him from the nose up.
Yeah, my screen, when somebody talks, it highlights you in green.
Oh, okay.
But I got so many people on my screen that my head will be going like this as people change, as they're talking.
It's like the Brady Brunch intro or whatever you call it.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Very hard to keep eye contact.
Yeah, and every time somebody adds it, it changes where you are. Like I was in the middle of talking the wrong way, and he was on the left side of my screen. And I got a pretty big screen, and he was on the left side in the middle of talking to him. All of a sudden, he's on the far right side. So I don't know what's up with that.
And Jeff, you can change the view from gallery to speaker, and it'll just pop up anybody that's taken the speaker, so you're not trying to figure out who's talking.
Oh,
That's
Top right corner.
yeah, there it is. Somebody's watching me. Somebody's watching me going, like it's a good thing that guy can ride because he's about as sharp as a marble.
I found it. Everybody else can find it if I can find it.
Yeah, exactly. There, I got that.
Holy cow.
Doesn't involve the Supreme Court of the state of Washington.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, they got some. I don't know. This thing's pretty cool. I mean, it's got 43 people on it already. I don't know how much time we got. 8. Yeah, we still got almost 10 minutes. So I'm just glad to see it's working. I'm pretty excited about this, but this has never been anything like this has never been done. So it's just cool to have it, coming together so nice.
What's up, Jeff?
Another day in paradise. How you doing, Big Daddy?
Doing good, baby. Doing good.
Where are you sitting on your back porch?
I'm sitting in the jacuzzi on my back porch.
Oh man, dog. I wish that I was doing the next Zoom call we have. I'm going to be on Big Daddy's porch, except it's going to be during the day. I'll be doing a little fishing right there too.
Come on down. Always room for you.
Man, I miss that place. I don't know how you have any miles on your bike at all. I got to be honest. I told you that when I was at your house. I wouldn't leave. I like to fish and hunt and go for hikes. And man, that area in Cherokee is probably the best in the country.
I haven't picked up a new bike since I got run over last September. So I don't even have a bike right now.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you have a good fishing pole?
I got a fishing pole and a jacuzzi and a cigar. So I'm
Yeah.
set.
There's really not much more a guy can ask for. That's pretty good. All right.
I got to get a bike before my ride day though, so I get the 1,000 miles in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I got a bike for you. I'll just plan my ride day to end at your house, and I'll just fish while you're out doing your day. I might call your dealer and delay you getting a bike just so I have an excuse. I'm a kind of a high-strung guy, and I don't know what got into me, but 8 o'clock, I go to the fridge and grab a Red Bull. Like, this is not what I need at 8 o'clock. And I was like, I took the first sip, but I'm like, what the hell am I doing? It was almost like out of habit. I went for a water and I come back with a Red Bull. Now it's going to be 1 a.m. I'm going to be bouncing off the wall still. I don't sleep very good to begin with. Yeah, we got another 5 minutes. I'm guessing people that really are familiar with computers, they'll be piling on now that they didn't need the half hour extra to check things out.
You're up to 52.
You mean all the smart people?
Yeah, exactly. And I did figure out how to record it. So if people aren't here, they can watch. I know there were some conflicts with work, that kind of thing. So
I'm glad Mandy posted on Facebook page to make sure that you have it loaded and all that, because I thought you just clicked on that link. I'm clueless on Zoom. So it took me a little while to get it up and going. So I'm glad I started early.
yeah, I was checking it out earlier today because I just I've been on a couple calls, but I've never really, hosted one. So it was just kind of stuff's new to me. I don't care. I don't get too riled up about some things, it's not anything you can do about it. It's not my jam. It's not my specialty. So I just do the best I can and figure it out as I go.
Hey, just saying, Pensacola is proud and loud How about it, Scotty Ray?
What's up, Pete?
Pete, I didn't see where you were, and I'm like, I hear Pete, but I don't see him. It took me a little bit to find you. I was zooming out, so I got like I'm checking this thing out, and I got a whole bunch of people on my screen, so it's kind of funny.
We got Arizona in the house too.
Paco, my man.
Oh,
Paco.
Good to see everybody.
It's fun to see, and it's like there's a lot of people that I only through Facebook I haven't met yet, and obviously there's a lot of you people, a lot of you guys and gals that I know very well, so it's fun just to kind of put a face with some names and see what it's about. It's kind of funny what you might have in your.
I've seen you at your very worst.
Yeah, you've seen me at my worst. You see me at my best. There's I'm all Paco's seen it all. Laying in the ditch, out of the hospital with my scrubs on.
Should have been fucking dead.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just back at the doctor today. They were, looking at my neck and looking at my feet and trying to get everything dialed in yet. And the doctor asked me if I had any real complaints, and I'm like, I don't have a single complaint. I probably had a less than 1% chance of surviving that crash. And I said, I literally walked out of the hospital the same day and got on a motorcycle. Whatever I have for issues, I have a smile on my face. I'm happy to have them. No thanks. I got no complaints.
What's up, Paco?
Roderick, it's so good to see you. Can I address you as chief yet, or is that still premature?
I got a couple months yet, but it's looking good.
I'm very happy for you.
June 1st is the primary, and then the general's in September.
Yeah, I thought it was September.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you, Robert, because when you get this, then it'll finally free you up to do what you need to do for your people. And I know that is as fulfilling as anything you could possibly do. I know that this is what lights you up. As much as you like riding a motorcycle, this is bigger and better than that.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
I got you, man. I'm over here living my very fucking best life.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna be happy.
I just got word. I was gonna say I'll share it real quick, before we get going. Mike Thomas just got in a wreck this morning. Not a fucking surprise to any of us. Yeah, what are the odds? Skull fracture, vertebrae separated, clavicle broken, skin missing everywhere. But he's gonna pull through because he's Mike Thomas. That's what the fucker does. That's how he'll manage. But right now he's all banged up and fucked up.
Where's he
Was
at?
he on the Pan Am or his Harley?
Neither one. He was riding a buddy's bike into Guadalajara to get it serviced. The guy was following him behind in the car. And then I didn't get the details from Mike yet in terms of what went wrong and what happened. I just got it from his girlfriend, the pictures of him, in the hospital. And he was smiling. He was doing okay. He was sitting up. He was conscious. So everything is going to be okay. But they need to do some surgery real quick to take care of Mike being Mike.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no surprise. I mean, this is the same fucking guy who should have died of a heart attack down there, and he didn't. Same guy should have died of a gallbladder that blew up, and he didn't. Same guy who's pinned underneath a broken motorcycle after he fell asleep in Nevada should have died there on the road, but he's not fucking dead yet.
He could be the pallbearer at every one of our funerals. He's gonna.
He absolutely fucking could. Absolutely could.
I think this is the fifth motorcycle. This is the fifth motorcycle wreck he's had just in Mexico.
Third that I know of.
And don't forget hitting the truck tire on I-10 coming out to Hopper's event.
True. Just in case it wasn't real enough for you. Yeah, that's the guy. But I just finished my deal down there, bought land with my girlfriend. We're moving down there probably next month to start construction. So, hey, if anybody wants to take an adventure and ride to Mexico, I'm here to tell you it's safe, it's fun, and it'll be an unforgettable experience. Come visit me. The open invitation is there. If you know how to reach me, and I got a place for you.
I got my passport card on me now all the time, so I can just pop across the border whenever I please. And I don't get detained anymore.
You will not get detained coming into Mexico. You won't have to show that. You won't have to import your bike. You won't have to do shit. I'll give you the ins and outs of how you can be in there fast.
I got detained going into Canada, so now I carry that with me all the time.
I'll make sure I have
But
my bike
Mexico's different.
I'll make sure I have the bike properly registered this time, Paco, so I have to turn around.
That was quite the adventure.
All right, it is 9:02, so we're gonna start because I know some of you guys got to get up early for work. It's late on the East Coast. People are still scrambling to get home on the West Coast. So if anybody's got a microphone that's on, you can mute that. I hear a little bit of noise out of somebody's. I don't know which one that is. If I hear somebody's, I'll give you a shout out. But there is. All right, somebody just said that. If you mute everything, we're good. Yeah, there is a chat thing there. So if anybody's got a question you can put on there, I can hit it up. But I'm gonna rock through this pretty quick because we'll have another one. There'll be more questions than answers, I'm sure. But I wanted to welcome everybody today. As most everybody knows, I'm Riot. I'm the one that started Mile Monsters a few years back in 2021. I used to ride. I did my first Hoka in 2018, and I did that just to do one event. You had to have something to ride for. You were encouraged to, I should say, to have something to ride for. And I knew somebody whose son had Duchenne, so I started riding for Jamesy, and I just kind of found I had a passion for it. So I wanted to expand a little bit. So I started a nonprofit in 2021 so we could take on doing things for more kids. I could have a little more control of how we do things and just appeal to bikers. That's my heart and soul is around motorcycles. That's what I love. So that's my passion. So that's how we kind of how we got, started with Mile Monsters, and it's just grown. So I'm really happy to see it's at this level where now we're going to have, 200 riders or 180, I'm still in 200, slots of riding in just a couple of years. That's amazing, and Chris Hopper really put the Monsters on the map when he did his 100-day, 100,000 mile ride. And, he did it for us. And so we've kind of been a team ever since. So it's really pretty awesome. So I just wanted to give you a little background on how we got to this point. And, our logo, if everybody's seen that, Sanuk, who was talking earlier, he helped me out with that logo, but I wanted to take a second just to explain to everybody what the colors are for, because the flyer that I'm going to show you is all the colors. Everything I do is kind of, somebody's got their phone they need to mute, or their microphone. But anyhow, the colors all have a meaning, and that's why when you see me make anything up, they always have our logo's colors. And our logo is pretty simple. The black represents respect, yellow represents integrity, the white is compassion, and the red is honor. And I'm a firm believer, and those are the pillars of doing what's right. And, all of you guys and gals that are on this are clearly on board with that, or a UNB here. So it's a really simple, logic behind it, but that's what all the colors mean. A lot of times I'll color things in, a certain color on, you'll see it on flyers, but it's always because I'm thinking about something, takes great honor or whatever. I'll use red. If I use black or yellow or white, occasionally it's because it looks best, but it's usually there's a reason behind it. So I wanted you guys to know what those colors meant. It wasn't just, just a typical medicine wheel that we just grabbed and thought it looked cool. So we put that together, and Sanuk was very helpful in getting that logo started. So it has great meaning to us. And, now we fast forward a couple of years and we got to where we're at now with all these riders and doing something just epic. And that's what we've done from day one, is just epic shit. People have contacted me and said, I want to do a ride. And I say, the only thing I want people to do is epic. And everybody's idea epic is a little bit different. So what's epic for me may not be epic for, somebody else, somebody that does something I may not think. So everybody's idea is something. As long as it's epic for you, then, we welcome people to join us and do what we do. And in this particular ride, we have 100 days. 100 days, as everybody knows, we're trying to raise money to help these kids. And our goals, when we first started this, we wanted to have 100 riders, each riding one day, doing 1,000 miles in a day, grand total of 100,000 miles. We got the idea from Craig from Wild Ass, from Renee, his gal, who gave us this idea. I thought it was great. Kind of came off of Hopper's 100-day, 100,000 mile ride. So we came up with this, and it filled up so fast, as everybody knows, that we, decided to have 2 riders a day. So it's really incredibly awesome to see, and it really means a lot to these kids. Just knowing there's this many people out willing to ride for them just makes their day. Sometimes they don't comprehend dollars and cents and getting a new van or not. Some of the kids don't even get that. They don't even care. Everybody sees cars. They don't know if a car costs $25 or $100,000. They don't quite get that part. Nobody's complaining about money in front of kids. You know how it is, but they get when people are talking about them. They get when there's, people are stopping at their house. They're doing stuff for them. We're promoting them. They see the Facebook stuff with themselves, and it really, I can't even tell you how much it means to them. It just lights their whole world up. It just takes them from the depression to, cloud 9, that like they're the shit. So it's really what we're doing for 100 days goes above and beyond the dollars and cents of it. It really boosts their morale. And that really, I can't even stress how much that really means to them. And our goals are simple for this ride. We want to raise enough money. If we can raise $1,000, per rider per day, $2,000 a day. If we can raise $200,000, it would be absolutely incredible. It's kind of mind blowing to even think of that being possible, but that is our goal. That's what we'd like to do. We would like to go well above and beyond just helping Drew. Our number one goal is Drew and his van. That is our number one goal. The family was looking at used, crappy get by because he went from being mobile to being in a wheelchair like that. So now it's very hard. The family is very restricted. His dad has some health issues, which is terrible timing. That's a whole nother story, how his life was actually saved because of Drew's disease. They found it on Drew and knew it was hereditary. So they checked his dad for a heart condition. So he needs to have heart surgery. So this van was so much stress on Drew's family. So that is our number one goal, is to get them a van. We want to raise enough money to get a brand new van, not a used piece of junk, but a nice brand new, state-of-the-art van for Drew, and enough money to get Drew his van and to pay for the bash at the end in Sturgis. We want to bring the 4 families to South Dakota. That's another thing that goes incredibly popular with the kids. Like last year at the Hoka, Hopper had the idea to bring the kids to the finish line. And it was a great idea. We brought the families and the kids to the finish line, and it gave the kids a chance to be kids. And at the time, I just thought it would be fun to have them there. It was great for me because it motivated me to get myself up out of the dirt and out of the hospital and make it to the finish line on adrenaline fueled madness. But, after the fact, when I talked to the kids, they all, that was the highlight of their existence so far. Like that just went insanely to their heads of how cool it really was. Bikers everywhere, people treating them like they were royalty. It was just awesomeness. So that's what we want to do, is bring the families there. We want to, with any funds, we want to cover some of the cost of setting up Elfies. What we do at Mile Monsters is every event covers the next event, and then that money goes to the kid and then helps get the next event kicked off. So that's how we've always done it. So that's what we're looking to do, is kick off the stuff that we need for Elfies, promotional stuff, that kind of stuff. and then any needs the family has, as well as some other kids we'll be bringing on. So there's going to be some other kids that you're going to hear about. We have a hero program that we're starting. So if anybody knows any kids that are in need, especially kids with DMD, I have a form they fill out and we see if we're a match with them, they're a match with us, and we can roll on. So next thing up, we got the riders. The riders are going to be broken up into 2 groups. The first set of 100 that everybody signed up first, they're going to be the black team. And the second set of riders is going to be the red team. You know, as I said, they're going to be representing respect and honor. So that's how we're going to keep track. You're going to see on the boards that I have up, you know, one's going to be in black, one's going to be in red. That's how it is. There's going to be some kind of fun competitions going on between the red and the black that I'll get to in a little bit, but that's what your set is. So if you're the second rider of the day, you're going to be in red. Your rider shirt will have red. My rider shirt, I'm the first set, so mine will be in black. As far as our fundraising goes, we have a new platform that we've tried. So far, it's working out great. It's GiveButter. I think everybody has the link, and if not, I'm going to resend that out. But if you log into GiveButter once you're invited, you can set up your own fundraiser within our fundraiser. So when people go to the GiveButter site, which I have a link, is going to be on our flyer. We're going to have all kinds of links that take you right to that. But once they get to that, they can click on Riot and donate to Riot. They can click on Rambler, donate to him, to Dylan, whomever they do. You know, you can tell people to go to you and donate. If you got people at work, friends, family, they can donate right to you. There's going to be a general thing. They can put it in the general if they want, but we're going to have some friendly competitions as well with that. So bragging rights and stuff like that. So you want to have them donate to your cause and get yourself set up with that. If anybody has any problems with that, just email me and I'll figure it out, or we're going to have some Facebook stuff so we get that going. But there's going to be QR codes. You can share those. And I tell you, the best way to do it is self-promotion on your own Facebook page. You know, share it there, talk about yourself, what you're doing on your day, do your ride. Don't turn it into a sea of people, because it becomes really overwhelming. I'm starting another Facebook group that it's going to be for us to discuss this kind of stuff, which I'll get to in a little bit. The next thing, actually. But that's what we're going to do, is just concentrate for guys that don't do a lot of, fundraising like this. If you talk, just self-promote, talk about what you're doing. What you're doing is incredible. The overall cause is incredible, but what you're doing is incredible. The only people who think it's even remotely average are the people on this call. Everybody else thinks that riding 1,000 miles is absolutely incredible. And I still do. Every time I ride 1,000 miles, I think that's really kick-ass. Like, that's something most people can't do. We're just used to hanging out with people who are fucking savages on the road. So it's not we kind of get skewed by our perception a little bit. But when you're talking to the average Joe, what you're doing is incredible. So promote that with your friends and your family, and spread your QR code, so they can your ride. So that's what they're into, and encourage them to come to our group, because we just keep growing the group, and that helps us with fundraising as far as the corporation end of it. And if you see somebody else doing something, this is a big thing. Don't be afraid to copy somebody. If I see Denver is going to do something, how he's promoting on his own thing, and we're friends, don't be afraid to copy that. If you see something I'm doing and you're like, man, I like that idea, copy that and use that on your page. There's no shame in stealing when we're fundraising. There's no shame in taking somebody's idea. All you guys that have come to me with these little ideas for fundraising, I'm jotting those down, and I may do the same thing. You're raffling things off, you're doing stuff like that, thinking outside the box. And that's what I've done for 5 years now, is think outside the box. And it serves you very well when you do that. So think fun, think outside the box. You have no problem generating at least $1,000, if not more. So, and then if somebody else is just terrible at fundraising, but they're great riders and great spreading it, then, I hope to raise 1,500. And if somebody else raises 500, well, then we got them covered. It's all one giant team. And that's how I'm looking at it. I will be starting, like I said, I will be starting another Facebook group. I was going to try to do that today, but I got tied up with a doctor. So I'm going to start another Facebook group. It's going to be the Monster 100. I'm going to concentrate that on just for us riders, everybody that's riding in that. And then we can discuss it within that if we want to open it up to the general public. But from there, then we can share it to our original page, and myself or Hopper Twister is going to take posts and put that in there. And the reason for this is when I do day one, and then, but people might still be talking about that. I might have a few more friends that are involved with it. Somebody else is doing day 4 or day 10 by this point. It becomes a sea of things the average Joe can't even comprehend. So there's so much things coming through their Facebook feeds and their Twitter feeds and Instagram and everything else. They just kind of get overwhelmed with it. So they just ignore it all. So if we can limit and have set things and promote one person a day. So whatever day you're riding, we want to promote you on that day, but not have just a sea of things, if that makes sense to everybody. And for that, we will have a questionnaire I will be sending to everybody. And this questionnaire is pretty simple. It's just some info and fun facts. I'll be sending this to you guys. This is what it is. It just says your name, cell number, your email, the basic stuff, emergency contact. I filled mine out, so I have it. And then I can just scan it and I'm going to email it, but I'm going to send that to everybody. And the reason for this is on your day, I want to promote you. So if, Wrong Way is riding on day 11, then I want to promote Wrong Way and, maybe T-Bone's riding on that day. So the two guys, I want to promote them. And we're just going to have some fun stuff. Like these are things, the same questions I ask kids when we take the kids on, favorite colors, favorite food, what's your favorite drink, what you do for a living, and a little bit of what's your story. So if you have a story to tell, certainly tell it. And a fun fact about you. Everybody has a fun fact. People love to hear a little fun fact they wouldn't expect from you. So that's something that's going to be coming out, and something that's what it's for though. So if you want to know why I'm asking these stupid questions, that's why, just because on your day, I want to promote you guys. And the Monster Bash, we're going to have in Sturgis. That is all taken care of. It's on the flyer. There'll be another flyer to come out about that week in general, but it will end. This ride ends in Sturgis. The last 100 miles of this 100,000-mile ride will be open to anybody that wants to join Hopper. He's doing the last day. So anybody that wants to join him on that last 100 miles, we're going to have a meeting place out there in the Black Hills, and anybody that's there can meet up with him. And then we're going to roll into the Black Hills Harley, and we're going to try to be there at 5:00 on August 11th. We'll be pulling into Black Hills Harley. We're going to have a finish line there, a little celebration at the Harley. There's a bar set up. It happens to be right outside of where Wild Ass is set up. So that makes it really nice, because I talked to the people that run Black Hills Harley for the rally, and we got it okayed. We're going to have bike parking right there. We're going to be able to pull some of the bikes right into Wild Ass's booth. And then there's a bar right there. We're going to hang out there for an hour, 2 hours at the most. And at 7 p.m. at the Best Western in Rapid City, we have a room reserved, and we will be meeting there for a ceremony. We got some prizes to give out. We got some awards to give out. Just a celebration is what it is. I have a block of rooms at the Best Western. If you have a pen, I can give you a phone number if people are looking for a room. Save you the trouble of Googling it. It is 605-343-8255. 8550. I have a block of rooms for the weekend under Mile Monsters. They gave me as many rooms as they could. It is the rally. There's a million places to stay out there for the rally. Another place, if you're interested in camping, there's a great campground in Sturgis called the Lampier Campground. And I stayed there last year and I'm going to be staying there again this year. I bring a little trailer out there but you can tent or camp out there cheap. And it's really nice because it's right across the street from the Buffalo Chip. You can just walk over there. They got concerts. They got all kinds of crap going on. So it's pretty fun. As far as back to the ride, we have a plan that I have a board right here that, if you see that, it is a map of the United States. I keep this for myself to use all the time. So I have a map set up. I'm going to have it here in my office on the wall. Every day that somebody rides, first of all, everybody's going to have a pin. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a pin with red and black. Every number in red and black is going to be pinned on wherever you're starting your ride from. So if you're starting your ride from Houston, Texas, it's going to be a pin in Houston. And what I'm going to do is copy your ride onto this map. So when we're done, we're going to have 200 rides all over this map. The goal is to cover every state. And then we're going to have some souvenirs made from that map when it's all said and done. So if you use a Spotwalla, that's fine. If you don't use Spotwalla, that's fine too. I don't care how anybody keeps track of it. I'm old school. I'm using a Spotwalla right now. I'm starting to use it. But if you're old school and use a map, no problem. Just trace your thing out with a marker, take a picture of it, send it to me. That's all I need to do. There's no, on this ride, this 1,000-mile ride, this is up to you to just do your 1,000 miles and you tell me where you went. That's it. Like, this is not a big, got to have it certified and prove this, prove that. There's nobody here that's going to be lying about if they rode 1,000 miles or not. And if something happens, you blow a tire and don't do 1,000 miles, well, you're just going to tell me you did 800 miles. And I'm going to write that down, your total miles. And there's going to be guys that do over 1,000 guys. There's going to be somebody that falls short of 1,000 miles. That's going to happen. There's too many people, too many days. That's just not happening without doing it. So all I'm going to need from you, and it's on that questionnaire, is the zip code to where you're starting from. So you may live like I live in New Jersey, but I'm not starting my ride in New Jersey. I have a plan and I'm heading far away to start it. So I'm riding to a different place to start this thing off. So that's all I'm going to need is that, and that's just a guideline. So if you have it, that's fine. If not, tell me the day of and we'll have it. But I think the board's going to be kind of cool. And problems. This is one thing I want to make sure everybody's on the same page with. If you have a problem on your day, you get up, bike doesn't start, bike's broke, whatever, don't post to social media and have an instant frenzy of everything. There's going to be a protocol to it. Get a hold of me or Hopper or whoever is in charge. There's going to be a stretch of time that it won't be either one of us because we're going to be doing a ride in July with Gavin. So, but we will have a protocol for that. We're going to have a group of people that are ready to ride, at limited notice. So we're hoping they can step forward or I'll do it myself, whatever we got to do. But we're going to have a protocol for that. So just don't blast social media with it and get people like jamming and all, we will have no idea what's going on. If 10 people say, I can cover for you, everybody gets super motivated, but nobody really knows what's going on. So we'll keep that to, let me know, let Hopper know. We'll follow that chain of command, so to speak, and we'll take care of it. We'll have a next man up, and it's going to happen. There's going to be somebody that it happens to the night before they got sick, whatever the case is. You might have to trade a day with somebody, but we're not sweating any of this stuff. This is a charity ride. This is not a rocket science, so we're all good. And the same if you have issues on the road. If you do have issues on the road, remember, like you're doing a ride that you're on your own. You're out there on your own. But with that said, you hit me up if you have a problem while you're on the road. I'm going to put it out there. We have a Facebook group. If it's just the riders, we can post things there. That's no problem. And, we'll get you taken care of. We'll figure something out. We're scattered across the country, so I don't think there'll be a problem, but have that stuff in mind that, this is not like some event where there's just magically people following you. It's not like the Hoka where somebody's coming down the road behind you and nobody's riding that day, and nobody, there might not be anybody where you chose to ride. So we'll have a list of backup riders. People want to ride. There's going to be a question on the questionnaire. If you want to be a backup rider, if you're one of those people who, are retired, have a job you can sneak away from, and you can take off at short notice. So that will be covered. Next, we have some gear. We're going to have rider only gear. We're working on the designs right now. I'm going to put that out to you guys in a link. There's going to be shirts for the day of the ride. They have the same theme we've been using this year. It's my turn. You'll see that on the flyer. You're going to see that on our shirts. We used it at a school for Gavin. So it's kind of this year's theme. It's my turn. And it really is. Everybody here stepped up and said, it's my turn. And they took their turn on that day. So it's very fitting. So that's where it all came from. And there's going to be rider shirts. And when we get the shirt link, you'll be able to go on and get a shirt. And if you want to get any other merchandise, you can, get the race shirt that you're going to wear the day of it if you want it. And if you want any of the other stuff as well, there are going to be some sweatshirts, some other t-shirts. I wear, I don't have one right here, but I wear fishing shirt style shirts whenever I ride. So, or whenever I'm competing in anything. I think I have them all mounted on my ceiling right there. I keep one shirt from every event, and I have them as a souvenir. So anyhow, that's a thing. And the only question I'm going to have, and I think I'm going to have an option for you to do whatever you want. If you want long sleeve or short sleeve, I personally wear a long sleeve. It helps me out when it's hot. So, but if people want short sleeves, I think we're going to have either option. I think there's going to be 6 things you can choose from. You can get one, or you can get all 6. That's totally up to you. And then we're going to have coins. There are going to be 2 separate coins, one for the black and one for the red. The coins are going to be available on April 15th. So we're going to have 2 sets of coins. There's going to be coins available to the general public, and that's not going to be until May when all their merch comes out, probably on May 1st. For anybody who wants to buy the Monster 100 merchandise, that will be out on May 1st. But for the riders, we have just rider coins. There's going to be some support coins, but they're going to be totally different. Nothing. We're going to have just a rider coin that everybody is going to earn their coin. And you're going to get your coin upon completion, and it's going to be something that you truly earned, and they're looking pretty cool. So we'll get everything finalized with that. I'm hoping to have them, the designs out. We'll release the designs in March, but we'll actually have the coins in our hand, before May 1st. So that stuff is all going to be available to you guys. And then the regular merchandise will come out for people to get. We're trying to keep the cost down. Originally, we were going to cover the cost on all this, but with 200 riders, it just eats up everything. So instead, we're going the other way and charging for the coins. And the shirts are not much more than what the shirts cost. So that's really we're not making any money on the shirts. But the coins I was going to put for $20, and that will cover all of the coin cost and the money we're going to need to the upfront costs we got to put out for running this kind of thing. So that's, if you wonder where the money goes, that's what it's for. If anybody wants to make any merch for yourselves, sell for your fundraising purposes or whatever, contact me before you do that. Because the last thing we want is, if we're selling shirts to people, to have 15 people all doing the same exact thing, and kind of turns it into a mess. So don't make any merch unless you get it approved. And there's some people that have some great ideas for some things, so don't be afraid to hit me up at all. So we'll figure something out. Yeah, just keep the group updated, as to what you're doing when you take off. Just keep it updated. We're on our Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, we're gonna have a spot you can message me. You can hit me up anytime. I'll do it for you. Not a problem at all. If you're not on Facebook, you're not on social media, if you hit me up, send me a picture of you taking off, no problem. I will put on there. I will promote your day. I do a lot of my stuff on Facebook, but there's a lot of people who do other things on TikTok. I know Paco's all over TikTok. We guys on Instagram are a lot better at than I am. We will get your things to social media on your day, but you just got to you got to give them to me. I'm not on all social medias. I'm not very good at all of them, but I do have accounts with Mile Monsters on pretty much everything. So we will be able to get them out there, but that's the only thing I really stress is to make sure you keep me updated on things so we can promote you on your day. Like I say, this is really epic. I want to thank each of you guys and gals for signing up to do something so epic, because it really is. I mean, I put that out in the email, how much it means to these kids. There's a lot of you who just watch the kids and interact with the kids from a distance or through our post, and to see the kids, to interact with them face to face and to hear how much it means is mind blowing. I was just with Elfie the other day and I get him on video and I don't know what it is. You hold up a camera like this and people freeze. And they just, Elfie just says, yes, okay. And that's it, you gotta like prod him or get him when he was really tired that day, so that didn't help. But off camera, he is just really lit up, really lit up, and what it means to him, I can't tell you, how much it means, man. Just to see a kid who has a terminal disease that just lights up because he's talking about somebody sent him stickers. Stickers cost 70 cents to make a sticker, $1 maybe, $3 to ship them. The kid opens up a thing with stickers in the mail from you bikers, and they're just on cloud nine. They're organizing things in their room. They get coins, and somebody gives them a coin holder. Now they're organizing it when they got them, and to see their rooms decorated with your biker shit, is just next level. And it's the parents, how the parents get, affected by it is crazy. Just down Gavin and Mandy was down there and, doing her ride in October and, raising money, which I'll pay for the event down there to do that and go to a school. So this is all next level shit. So it's all great impact. So that's really all I got. That's all I got. I just want to thank you and stress how much it means to these guys. I know I don't even know where we ended up with how many people are on here. 75. I got a couple texts that people are having trouble with apps. It's going to be recorded. So I have to figure out how people can access that, but it is recorded so people can laugh at me for eternity. But I gave up on that. It means a lot to me, so I don't really give a shit. But anyhow, that's all I have for you guys. I thank you. I look forward to it. We're going to schedule another meeting. There's going to be a bunch of questions. You guys will have questions with the Give Butter link. Hit me up if there's a problem. You have questions with the social media part of it, hit me up. I don't have a lot going on this month. March, I'm extremely busy. I'm trying to line up another Zoom call so we can get any problems set up, or if I got any questions, we can do it all then. We're going to get something set up, but it'll probably be April. I was going to do it March, but I'm looking at my calendar right now and it looks like I'm only going to be home in March for 3 nights. So I think that's going to be kind of tough to dial that in. So I think it'll have to be April. I'll try to be home a little bit more that month, but I know there's some stuff going on in April. There's the Hokahay event. We're going to the taco run is in April. So it's busy time. A busy time. I look forward to following all you guys and gals on your day doing your thing. So, thanks again, man. I appreciate you people. That's all I got.
All right, thanks, Riot.
Thanks, Riot.
Yeah, right on.
Thanks, right.
Thank you, Riot.
Thanks, right.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Good work.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ryan.
Bye.
welcome.
I'm gonna have a seizure from watching people disappear.
Thanks,
Somebody,
guys.
they're
Guys, everyone have a
talking,
good night. Thank
there's
you.
green and it's like all disappeared and like boom, 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 they're just gone. We're down. They're down quick and down to one screen.
Hey,
Thank you, sir.
Night, guys.
Hey, Ryan.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm gonna hang on here for a second. I'm not in a hurry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, so Vanessa is my like third cousin. Did some writing before, and I'm like looking to obviously make some money with this.
Yeah.
So like I was looking to promote this, and like what I was like thinking about doing with this is like putting it out there like so much per mile. Like my first.
Yeah. I did that when I did that in my first Hokahay. I had a per mile, and I tell you what, like that's where if you watch some of my older videos, I talk about it. But I started what's called biker pennies, and I encourage people to donate 1 penny per mile.
Yes.
And I said 1 penny per mile per person. That's it. And I said a penny a mile, and I called them biker pennies. And I thought if somebody donates a penny a mile, I did 1,000 miles. It doesn't sound like much.
No.
But if you combine that over 5,000 people, it's a shit ton. So you know, the only thing I have about per mile, the only thing that I know people have had trouble with is if they have a per mile, like if you're going to get somebody sponsored, you got to collect after the fact, and it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like you're going to be riding 1,000 miles, and you know, I would encourage, you can try anything you want. I'm game to try anything, man. Like if I've done enough events, nothing's off the table for me. I'll try anything.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it, I would promote it, you know, to sponsor you for the event. Per mile is great, but tell them you're going to do 1,005 miles or whatever it is, you know. I don't do per mile so much myself.
I've done 1,000 miles a day a few times. I have my arm butt stuff, and I'm thinking like do a big mile day. I'm leaving from pay. I was planning on hitting Key West and maybe try and get back to hitting Key West and going back to Daytona, which is pretty extreme. But it's going to be a 1,500 to 1,700 mile day.
And I tell you what,
I
a
thought if I did a
1,500 mile day, a 1,500 mile day that involves anything with traffic is fucking brutal. Like, I mean, it's just, I did a Coney Island.
I've done 1,100.
Yeah, I went from Coney Island to the Golden Gate Bridge in 46 hours, and we had to do 1,500 miles a day. And getting out of New York City at 3 a.m. was a pain in the ass. You know, once we hit the open road and could ride, it was much better. But 1,500 miles a day, you know, I'd be very careful of where you plan to ride unless you're willing to, you know, like I'm very well known for my lack of care for laws of the road, I should, if you want to call it. You know, like I ride like I'm in California all the time. Like I'll lane split. You know, I'm just an aggressive style rider. So you know, I can make miles a little easier than some people who, you know, I ride with people who are truck drivers. I can't get a ticket for lane splitting, you know.
Yeah.
And I haven't got an updated one, but I had it on my windshield. I used to have a painter's tape on my windshield. What states were better to lane split and what states are better to ride on the shoulder? Because some states it's careless driving to go in the lane splitting, and other states it's careless to ride on the shoulder, and it's only illegal passing the lane split. And other, like New Jersey, if you ride on the shoulder, it's illegal passing. It's a $50 fine. They don't even give you a ticket for it because they don't even want to waste their time for $50. It's not worth all the court costs and everything. And in New York, if you ride on the shoulder, it's $700 fine. So it's crazy, like the differences. So I'd just be careful on that.
Yeah. It was just I thought, like, I mean, obviously you know all about this fundraising stuff, and I've never done it, and I'm just looking for answers, I guess.
When I would like fundraising,
Because
I encourage the least amount. You get more by encouraging less.
yeah, okay.
You will get more people. If you ask people to sponsor you a penny a mile, people do a quarter, people do $1. Somebody will do $1 a mile. Somebody will sponsor you, but if I always say fundraising, promote less.
Yeah.
If you go out and you want to get a quarter a mile from everybody, it would just, people are like, oh, I don't want to, like a penny. That's great. But then they go to donate and they're like, that's $10. Well, they're not going to donate $10. They donate 20, and I go by the numbers and push that. So that's what I would do. And I would just push it. What you're doing is epic. Like a ride like this by itself is epic. If you just were going to go out and do 1,000 miles, that's epic. If you're doing it now, you're doing 1,000 miles on a set day within the biggest ride anybody's ever heard of. Like that's all, like those things will promote themselves. When you have the flyer, I mean, there's a flyer, which I forgot to put up to people, but I'm going to try to get this out to everybody tonight, unless, or tomorrow morning. But anyhow, when people see this, they understand how epic it is, and they'll get behind it, especially, you're not asking for, a car payment out of it, you ask for
I honestly thought about putting it out for 5 cents a mile, like sponsor me 5 cents a mile, like, and it's just because, people will donate and people won't, like, it's obvious,
when I did a penny a mile, I had hardly anybody donate a penny a mile. We had, everybody donated more. Even people who said a penny a mile, when it came time to actually click it on, they log on and they click that button and they got their credit card info in there. They're not doing it for $10. Everybody did it for more. 25, I would say, was the average. And you ask people to share if you ask people to share your epic ride with their friends, it just spreads. Like, all my friends are bikers. I grew up with two types of people, bikers and construction workers. So all my friends are bikers. So they're like intermixed within the community. Like a lot of my friends are Wrong Ways friends now, or, whomever. And so they're intermixed, but people who don't have that same group of all the same friends, like what you're doing is epic. Man. It's just, it's no two ways about it. The ride is epic. It's within an epic event, and what you're doing is changing somebody's life, and we're going to have some videos. I'm making some videos up that are going to be coming out in April. And when I make these videos up, you can share them. It's going to talk about what is happening, and I don't have them done yet. I'm waiting for it to get nice out so I can do it with a motorcycle outside. But, when they get done, people really like that, and they really, and I'm like, as you'll know, anybody knows me, man, like I wear my emotions on my sleeve, man. Like it tears me up, man. I'll shed a tear.
Yeah,
get me angry, I'll punch you in the face. Like I don't have any, like there's no question. You don't look at Riot and go, oh, I wonder if he's angry. I wonder if he's happy. Like whatever it is, man, you're gonna know it because it's like right there. Like when you look at Beastman, like you're not 100% sure if he's gonna kill you or he's super happy. Oh, there he is, right there. But I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and that's how I would. I tell people, if you're going to do it, man, like be honest, because if you're not honest, people see right through that. If you're just bullshitting people, it's, they're gonna, there's so many fundraisers, there's so many things people can do things for. The average Joe hasn't even heard of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. They don't understand how fucking horrible it is. I'm way more passionate about it than most because I spend all my free time with little boys with a terminal disease. And if that doesn't hit you in the feelers, then you wouldn't be on this call. They wouldn't be, they wouldn't be part of it. So, I would do that. As far as the promotion goes, I would try to, work less is more.
Right. I got a question for you.
What's the question?
Hello.
Yeah.
Do you have a roster of all the days and the guys and the gals who are riding?
Yes, I'm putting that together.
I signed up. I think I'm on June 25th, but I can't remember. I'm sorry. I just want to know if you have a whole list of everyone.
I do have a list. Actually, I might have it printed off.
And also, when is this Monster 100 going live? The Facebook page.
I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. So I'll be sending out a invitation to all of the riders. I think my initial thought was just keep it to the riders, but I don't know if we want to open it up to anybody, that's fine too. I don't really care, but just a place that we can just overpack that, where if you have any questions, anything you want to do, you can put anything you want on there, talk about your days. If something happens and shit, I got something happen with my kid, man, I got to make a change. Hey man, hey Jason, can you change days with me or whatever, like that's a good place to discuss it and not overwhelm our other group, because our Mile Monsters group, like if you get too much, it just turns people off, and then something comes up on their feed and they just scroll right on by, and they don't even pay attention to it because there's 50 Mile Monster shit and things pop up every day, where I think you're better off to have, 2 things on there, especially when we're in the middle of something.
Right. How do we get in touch with you directly? Do you have a personal email that you're going to let us have, or how are we doing that?
Yeah, I'm going to send out on that little questionnaire. It's going to have all my info, man. And if you go to our website, I am literally an open book. Like my phone is posted everywhere. That's my cell phone. I only have one phone, and like my phone number is out there everywhere, man. It won't take you any time at all to get in touch with me. And there's only going to be a small window of time during this that I won't be the one to contact. Me and Hopper are doing a ride with Gavin right in the middle of this. So in July. So there's going to be like an 8-day window in there where I'm going to be busy with that. And we're going to have some other people in charge. So if Twister's not with us on that ride, it'll probably be her, might be Mandy, be somebody else will be in charge to kind of do that. Wrong way will be able to do it, so that somebody else will be in charge. We're going to have a team of people taking care of this. So if you can't get a hold of me, or, we're going to try to get some people on coast. So if I'm in bed, you got somebody that's up, that kind of thing, so we'll have it figured out. It won't be too tough. And if we have a private rider only group, we'll be able to get it there. So that part of it will be pretty simple.
Good, thanks.
Yeah, anybody else got anything? No, I like a smaller group. I don't know, man. I got like, what's it, 75? I don't know why, man. I know most of the people, but 75, I'm like just on overload. I feel like I'm on a stage somewhere, and I hate talking in front of people. I've said it for years. I absolutely hate talking in front of people, and I continually find myself talking in front of people.
You say that, but you do really good in front of a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hate it though. You were just there at a school, it was a little easier this year talking to the kids because they knew me most of them knew from last year. So, but even then, you talk to the kids and I'm like a nervous wreck, talking in front of kids. Well, I'm usually a nervous wreck talking in front of the kids because I'm afraid I'm going to swear in front of them or something, turn around and hit a chair and fuck, be on a microphone. So I'm like, gotta tone it down all the time.
I spent my whole time at the school waiting for you to cut a word loose.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, keep her
clean the whole time.
I actually was told to watch my mouth before I went. So
well, that happens, like I said before, I've spent my life around construction workers and bikers, so there really has never been a big need to tone anything down. I never acquired the skills to just keep a level keel about anything, you know, I'm like roller coaster, man. I'm like, if I'm high, I'm bouncing off the walls. If I'm down here, man, I'm angry, and you're just my nature, I guess. So, but it's all good. Hey, Thule, are you not home yet? No, are you?
My daughter's at basketball practice right now, so I'm waiting outside for her to
Oh,
get done with the
sweet.
basketball practice. Yeah.
That's
So
what I
no,
always
I
used to
haven't
try.
been home yet.
When my kids were home, I'd try to multitask. If I had anything, I'm like, yeah, I'll be available at 6:15 because at 6 I drop them off at this, and I'm like, at 6:15 I'll be free until 8 o'clock.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. We'll get home about 7:45. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see too many people. This recorded, so it doesn't even matter, if somebody's late, wasn't here, but not too many people complain about having it at 9 o'clock out east. So I think people go to bed, they go to bed. So whatever.
Jeff,
all
are you
good.
going to email the flyer as a PDF form?
Yeah, I can do that. I was gonna link it to that, and then I think I'll do that. I'll probably do that in the morning all at once. I'll set up that group, and then I'll email that flyer out. So, and then do you still want the logo email to
Yep. Yeah, if I can get that one on there. I think she said she needs it as an SVG file.
Yeah, I don't know if I have an SVG to see, but I think that, does she use Adobe?
I think she can convert it over if it's like maybe a JPEG she can convert over to for her machine.
Okay. Oh, she's using it for a machine. Okay. I thought it was for the print. Okay.
Nope, it's for her laser machine.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
easy.
I've got stuff in store, so I'm trying to get it made.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, so we got a nice, I like the logo. So it's pretty cool for this ride. So, but Harley's
Okay.
excited about having us. The Best Western is going to be cool. I hope a lot of people can make it up to Sturgis. The kids are all excited to go into Sturgis, seeing a bunch of bikers. So, and that, I don't know if everybody's been out there before or not, but that Harley dealership is like enormous, and they have everything. Like it's all of what Sturgis has compacted into one big giant parking lot, and it's a parking lot like an airport, so it's massive. But it's pretty cool. So the kids are gonna like it. We can go there early. Chairs can roll around, on the asphalt. There's beer tents and food tents, and shopping, and they go in the air conditioning. So should work out really good. And Craig's set up there, so we got a trailer I can put stuff in and have it all good to go. And
How many days are you guys planning on staying there?
I'm gonna go out there for the whole week. I'm gonna leave here on the weekend before, and I'm gonna try to get out there like Sunday or Monday, and then I'm gonna stay a week, and then I'm gonna leave the following probably Sunday. But I got the rooms reserved, I think, on Wednesday to Saturday. So, but they had flexibility before and after if somebody was staying later. But there's a lot of options, rooms. Even we got a great rate on them, and they're still expensive. Like if people are familiar with the rally, like everything is up 2,000% come that 2-week window. I went out there turkey hunting, and the room was $32 to get a hotel room. And I went out to the same place during the rally. It was $260. So, it's just insane, but there's a lot of options. That campground that I talked about, that's a fun campground. If you want a tent, they got great bathrooms. They got food, they serve breakfast and lunch, and I'm not sure about dinner. I was never there for dinner, but it's just a really nice campground. I like campgrounds with a quiet time. So at 11 o'clock, you got to be quiet at that one. And I like those because I just want to, if I'm at the campground after 11, I just want to chill out. If I'm on rage mode, I'm not going to be there anyhow. So I don't want anybody else raging, but it was a great place last year. I had a lot of fun there. So I have a room reserved at that Best Western for a couple of the nights, but I think I'm just going to stay at the campground the whole time. It's like I don't know, 40-minute ride from Sturgis to Rapid City, but it's pretty.
Did you get you got the families booked at the Best Western?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What is it, Thursday the day Hop's riding in?
Friday.
He's riding in for, okay.
Yep,
Because
Friday.
I got room Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah.
Fly my wife up there Thursday so that she can meet everybody. Cool.
Yeah, and that's what's nice too, is the airport is right there. I mean, the airport is 5 minutes away. If anybody needs a vehicle, if anybody rides a bike, but they need a vehicle to get back and forth to the airport, man, my truck is gonna be there. So I'm obviously not using a truck much, but it will be there. And I like that hotel. I mean, it's the same hotel that we were at for the Hokahay. You know, they were very.
Well, I've got a car rented for that whole time, so you know, if we need any help with getting people moved, we can do that.
What do you got, a car?
I have a car rented.
Okay.
My wife's flying in, so she'll have a car up there. So if we need to move anybody around, that'll be available.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's so nice because the dealership is right next door to the hotel. You know, it's like the next exit down the interstate.
Next exit down, yeah.
You know, that's convenient because I originally looked at Sturgis, having the kids in Sturgis, but then I thought there's a lot of traffic in Sturgis, and you know, if it's hot, which is going to be, man, the kids could really run into trouble. So I thought the dealership was a better way to go because they can get in the air conditioning. They got to go back to the hotel, they can. And then we have a party at the hotel instead of having it outdoors. You know, I think it's going to be way better off because we're going to have that banquet room like we did for the Hokahay. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but we're going to have a banquet room, and we're going to have some food there Friday night and drinks, and, you know, going to have a little awards ceremony. That was the only thing I forgot to talk about. So I'll tell you guys, I had one more page and I forgot about this. So I have to
Right. Real quick before you go into that, are you guys going to have like a pin or wherever that Hop's going to be with, so we can write in with, so like we know where we need to meet?
Yeah, it's going to be like somewhere big out there, right on the interstate. You know, we had talked about having it at the National Cemetery.
Okay.
The National Cemetery is where Jim Redcloud, the founder of the Hokahay, is buried, at that cemetery. And I go there all the time. I've been to that cemetery, I don't know, 15 times. And I love it there, man. It's like the coolest scenery with the mountains in the background. And it's just, I'm pretty, you know, patriotic to begin with. So I love national cemeteries. So, but that one is really a cool one. So we talked about having it there because it doesn't matter where we meet. We're just going to have a route then that's going to be 100 miles, and we don't want to get stuck in traffic, and we don't want to get stuck in Sturgis traffic. We want to make it fairly quick. So it's either going to be somewhere there and we're going to ride out and back, or it's going to be like at the Badlands, you know, somewhere out by the Badlands, like out by Wall. So if we meet at Wall, you know, so it's going to be one of the two. We're still working those logistics out. So you know, it might make it so you don't have to ride so far to meet them, you know, have it closer, because we're riding 100 miles. Doesn't matter what you do, they make it easier instead of riding 100 miles, meet them to ride 100 miles and make it take your whole afternoon. You know, if we meet them 10 miles outside of Rapid City and then go ride 100 miles to see the kind of the same thing. So it'll be kind of fun, and just have a big bunch of bikes rolling into the finish line together. But we're just going to have at the end of your party, we're going to have some prizes and some awards and some fun stuff. We're going to have some prizes and some fun things. And then we're going to have stuff for the top fundraiser, the top fundraising team, meaning the black or the red. So whoever does whoever has the most miles in their 24-hour stretch, whoever has the most miles for the whole event. So if you're somebody that is doing more than one day, whoever has the most miles for the event, or if you filled in for somebody or whatever, and whatever team has the most miles. So if the red team has 110,000 miles and the black team has 125,000 or 150, whatever it is, you know, then there'll be a, you know, some awards for that. We're just having some fun stuff made up. So cool stuff like that. And then we're gonna have some raffles from some Klein gear, Legend suspensions, Custom Dynamics, Wild Ass, and a few more that I'm working on. So we're gonna have some gonna have some cool stuff to raffle off, and got a lot of planning to do about the party. So we got some options about having a basket. I did that at one of my fundraisers, and it was a big hit having basket auctions where people buy tickets and put the tickets in. So that was a big hit at one of my fundraisers, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't done it since. So I just don't know if I want to commit to bringing 20 baskets with me of shit across the country from Jersey and putting all that together out there. So I don't know if I want to do that. If it's possible, with all the crap I got in my trailer already, it's going to be a little complicated. 2 bikes, sleeping gear, all that.
Let's talk, because we take our RV, which is the Class A, plus our trailer. So if you decide you want to do something like that, then I can help with that.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk. We'll figure that out. So we're gonna figure it out if we're gonna have the basket. That's really the biggest thing. But I think it might, because it is a big hit. People like that. We had some really cool stuff in the baskets. I mean, my wife works for Chanel. We had a basket of really cool Chanel stuff, and shit I couldn't care less about, but people loved it. And, if we get some other gear and with just our sponsors alone, they got really cool stuff, with the Wild Ass and Climb and Legend and Custom Dynamics. There's some cool stuff going on. So that is about it. Yeah, so there'll be some fun. There would be some fun stuff, and we're gonna have some fun awards. That we're just gonna have some, a few chuckles over. So that's about it. But it'll be fun. Be a good time.
Cool. Good night, y'all.
Yeah, right on. Good night.
Good
All right,
night.
brother.
Thanks
Good
for staying up for us West Coast people.
Yeah, right on. You guys have a good night.
Night, guys.
We'll see you
Night.
later.
All right.
And I'll turn this off.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think it'll end right about now. See ya.